Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming here again, guys. If you're new to this channel, please go and hit that subscribe button. It is massively appreciated. And if you can go and watch the rest of my videos and go and give it a like, it's greatly appreciated, and all your support doesn't go unnoticed. So today's video, I'm gonna, seeing as I'm coming towards the end of my uni experience, I'm finishing uni in under 4 weeks. So and I think for anybody it can be quite an overwhelming experience of leaving uni, even joining uni. So today I'm going to be talking about my experiences throughout uni, what I learned that I don't think anybody teaches you, and you kind of have to learn on the way, like an on-the-job sort of thing. Just to prepare you guys for uni when you're going, what my plans are moving forward. So if any of you guys are in a ruck or you don't know what to do, it's a bit stressful. We are, and I think we all need to remember, we are only the second year of students who are graduating in a pandemic. It can be quite daunting, and unknowing, uncertainty of what could happen beyond next month for a lot of people who are graduating this year. But I don't want anyone to feel daunting, and I'm just going to tell you my experiences throughout uni to help those who are going to uni, and talk about what I'm doing after uni to help you guys. So yeah, let's get into the video. Uni experiences in general, when people think about uni, it's like moving away quite far away from home. That's not always the case. I think for a lot of people, especially myself, I wanted to stay local. My second year of college, I think I was a very non-independent person. So the thought of me moving away from home and from my family, where it was like a comfort blanket, was very daunting to me. So I didn't choose that option. So I didn't feel the need to stay in accommodation. I was going to do it, and I had it all planned out, and I paid for my deposit to stay at the university, had all my options there for where I wanted to stay. And then I think it all got a bit too much, and I was like, I want to stay at home for this year. So I did. I stayed at home. But I think looking back on that, I would advise anybody who is moving out to uni, whether it be further away or whether it be next door to your house, to move out. Whether you do that for a year or you do it for the whole 3 years, that's completely your own option and your own decision. It teaches you a lot of things ready for the outside world. And it's kind of like a baby step into living on your own. Like, you are living on your own, but you are surrounded by other people. Just because I know I didn't, and I regret living out my first year. Although I lived out my second year and I lived out my third year, my first year, I think that's when you get to know your surroundings, the people around you, your friends, you make connections. So I think living out is a great opportunity for everybody. The second year I did live out, and I lived out with 3 of my best friends at university, and it was such a great experience. I think it was very overwhelming at the beginning. I was like, oh my God, what are all these buttons on a machine that I wash my clothes with? But I got used to it very quickly, and I think I picked up different habits. Obviously, living at home, your parents are there to say, clean your room, pass me your washing, I'll go and wash it for you, bring your cups down, bring your plates down. Like, if you are a tidy child, you probably don't hear those things a lot. But I was a messy child at home, so I did get told all those things all the time. And when you move out, no one's there to tell you that. I'm like, oh, I need to go and do my washing now. It's piling up. I need to go and do that. So it teaches you a lot. So yeah, highly recommend moving out. Go and do it. You never know until you try it. You could move out for your first year, absolutely hate it, and want to move back home to save money. Perfectly fine. Or even if you don't want to move out, that's also okay. You do first year, make friends, and then the next year you're like, okay, I'm gonna move out this year. And then if you don't like it, you can move back home for third year. Like, just trial and error. It's all about trial and error. Test the water, see if you like it. If you don't, move back home, save your money. So yes, in terms of my course, so I currently am studying acting. I didn't apply for drama schools. Anyone out there who does acting will know all of like Lambda, RADA, Italia Conti, all those big named places. I wasn't aware of them in college, so I didn't test them out. I didn't go for auditions there. So my biggest audition that I had was St Mary's. But as much as I would also advise people in college go in to do that, not even if you don't want to go there, they're great schools, brilliant schools for drama, unreal. But I think if it's for you, it's for you. And if it's not for you, then that's completely okay. That's normal. You don't have to go there. Like, you're not only going to succeed in your acting career if you have one of those names behind you. Like, that's not how it is. It's about how you act, how you are as a person in the rehearsal room, how you are to others, how you are when you're greeted, or first impressions. Not just about where you went to university and whether it was big name or not. So yeah, but I would massively say go and do those auditions just for the experience. The more experience you have in this sort of playing field, this game, the more you're going to be knowledgeable, you're going to know. Okay, next thing, things that nobody teaches you when you have to go to university. One thing that I, from my experience, would massively recommend is not getting a student overdraft. They are good in some cases if maybe 1 month you're really low on your rent. It's good in terms of that, but if I give myself one, I didn't have a student overdraft in my first year. I only got it in my second year. And some people, so basically student overdrafts and student bank accounts, for each year you're at uni, they give you an extra £1,000. They don't give it to you. It's not free. You will have to pay that back. But that's what I thought. I was like, in my second year, I was like, I've got like basically 2 years to pay this back. Like, it's fine. It's going to be okay. If you're going to do it, get one, but just be very careful about going into it. It's okay to go into it if you can get yourself out of it. Once you're in it, you can get quite stuck. And it's quite difficult to get out. And it meant, rather than me leaving university and trying to save as much money as I possibly can while I'm leaving, so that when I go into the outside world, I have money behind me, I had to repay back the money that I owed the bank. When you go to get a student bank account, they will offer you a credit card. And I know, and I was the person, I was like, nope. As long as you're not spending the full maximum amount on it, and you are spending on your credit card what you know you can pay back, it's the best way to boost your credit score. And my mum's always drilled it into my head that you've got to pay things on time. You've got to have a good credit score, because that's the only way that you're going to get like a mortgage in the future and things like that. But if you do small purchases on it, like your milk or getting on the train or things like that on that, and then as soon as it shows up on your credit card, you pay it straight off, then it shows higher banks when you one day get a mortgage that you are able to pay things off in full amounts, and it allows them to want to lend you money in the future for a mortgage, or if you want like a finance for a car or anything, it shows them that you're very reliable, basically. This one's a little bit self-explanatory, but students don't have to pay council tax. You only need to pay council tax as a student if you're a part-time student. You move into your flat, nobody tells you to do it, nobody says this is what you need to do, but you have to email your local council, and you have to email them and basically give them evidence that you attend uni, that you are a full-time student, and that you are living at the premises, so that they don't charge you and it doesn't go against you. And then when you move out, they start sending you loads of letters like, you owe us this amount of money because you didn't pay council tax over the year. So make sure that if you are a full-time student, that you email and just say, I don't have to pay council tax, I am a student, and it's fine. And then they come back to you and they'll be like, okay, like, I've got the letter and it says, you don't guys have to pay anything because you're full-time students, and then it's done and it's fine. You don't have to worry about it and it's all okay. Whereas if you leave it, then they just start, at the end of the year, they start sending you loads of like messages, and you then have to get in contact with them and say, I'm so sorry, like I was at uni. Like, just do that at the beginning and it's over and done with, and then it's all fine, and then it just saves you a whole load of stress. Again, another thing I think when you're at university is just live your life. Live your life as much as you can, especially with you guys who will be going to university now, and we're coming out of this pandemic, and you're like, for first years who are going into university, just live your life. Just go and travel, go and do loads of things, because there won't be a time again in your life where you'll have so much responsibilities but so little responsibilities, if that makes sense. Take everything and value it. Don't take anything for granted, because uni goes like this so quickly. Just take every day as it comes and just be easy on yourself. At the same time, uni is the easiest thing, but also the hardest thing. Is, say if you go to university in London, go and see London. If you go to university in Scotland, go and see Scotland. I don't go into London that much, but I wish I bloody did, because there's so many things to do, you know? But yeah, I think I learned a lot about myself during uni. I went to university fresh 18, and I was going to uni with people who were 25 on my course, and I was like, whoa. And it was a big change, because you don't realise when you're in college and when you're in secondary school, everyone's your age, you're at the same point in your life. But when you go to uni, you're meeting with so many different people who were so much older than me, and on different courses of life, but we were at the same place doing the same course, which is just crazy. And a lot of people took gap years, and if you don't take a gap year, that is fine. I didn't take a gap year. I personally wish I did take a gap year to go and travel. I'd still like to do that. I'd hope that I will do that. If you don't take a gap year, that's fine. Just travel afterwards. That's also okay. In terms of leaving university, it can be very daunting not knowing what you're going to do once you leave uni. But there's so many different paths for so many different courses. I think don't settle on the first one you see. I'm going to do drama teaching afterwards, which means I need to do my PGCE. Now my uni I'm at is such a great university for teaching, especially secondary PE, great for teaching, and that's the only place I would want to do my PGCE at. So I was willing to take a gap year, go and work for a while, get knowledge, go and get experience and working in schools, volunteering, have that experience behind me. So I was set on that. And I was like, I'm going to do a gap year. And then I randomly heard about Schools Direct. I think George mentioned it to me, and I went and looked at it, and there was a vacancy for a school which is around the corner from here actually. And so now I'm applying for that. So I think if you have a vision of when you leave uni, don't be fixed on that 110%, because things can change. You might find a different opportunity that you would never have thought about, and you should go for it, give it a shot. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get this opportunity. I probably most likely won't, because I'm a fresh graduate. Maybe they want someone who's got a little bit more experience behind them, but get your foot in the door, just try it. If you do get it, brilliant, wow, oh my god, amazing. But if you don't, that's fine. And then you've got other avenues you can take, rather than just being very narrow-minded on one set thing and being like, that's all I'm doing. Yeah. Just be you, enjoy your uni experience, and do your best. And that's all you can do. So yes, thank you for listening to my talk this week, guys. It was a little bit of a rambling on talk, and I completely understand if you've not made it to the end. But if you did make it to the end, thank you so much. And if you can go and hit the like button, it is massively appreciated. And thank you for coming back this week, guys. And be back again next week for another video, which we're going to be out of lockdown, guys, because it's the 12th of April on Monday. Who's excited? Because I know I am. Thank you for coming and listening to my video, and I will see you guys again next week. See you later. Bye.